There's lots of great titles in the world, isn't there? Maybe you carry one of them. The title of doctor, sir, dame, colonel, the title of mummy, daddy, auntie. These wonderful titles that we're given in different contexts. And often we wear them with great pride or great delight or great love. They're very dear to us and significant for us. Well, in Luke chapter 6, sentences 12 to 16, Jesus gathers together a group of followers, a group of people who are going to align their lives to him. And he actually gives them, in sentence 13, two of the most wonderful titles we could ever imagine. Chosen and called. They're the two words that are used in sentence 13. Called and chosen. They're amazing titles to wear and to have and to be given. But for me, it raises the title, who does Jesus give this title to? It raises that question. Who does he give the title called to? Who does he give the title chosen to? Do you have to be qualified? Do you have to have your life all in order? Do you need to be trained and proven and accomplished and come with some kind of track record? Who gets these amazing titles? Is it like being a doctor? Years and years of study and then you have to pass the exams. Or being a colonel, you've got to make your way up the ranks before you qualify for that significant position. Do you have to have children, i.e. to be called mummy? Like, how do you become called? Who gets to be chosen? And then I looked at the list of names of those who are mentioned that are given this called and chosen title. And they are a vagabond bunch, I have to say. You've got Peter, who Jesus gives the nickname the Rock to because he was so prone to being too hard-headed and breaking things with his words. In fact, Peter actually attempts to murder someone. Fortunately, he's a fisherman, not a trained soldier. So when he goes for someone's neck, he accidentally lops off their ear instead. And he betrays Jesus and has to be restored by Jesus' tender, careful heart and word. And yet he is a called and chosen one. Or in the list is James and John, who Jesus gives the nickname to Sons of Thunder because they were so angry, would just go off on it without a moment's warning, that at one point they want to incinerate a village because they feel that that village has insulted Jesus. They want to call down fire and kill everyone in some blanket bombing. And yet Jesus then says about John, he's my beloved disciple. And later he becomes a pillar of the church. He's a called and a chosen one. Or I think of Thomas. And the two main stories we know about Thomas are a weird Jekyll and Hyde. At one moment, he's the bravest and most courageous of the disciples. Knowing Jesus is going to die, it's Thomas who says, no, I'll go with you, even though I think it's going to cause my own death as well. And then, just a few weeks or days later, it's Thomas who's a total doubting, almost coward, not being able to believe that Jesus is alive again. So inconsistent. And yet he's called and he's chosen. Or we have Simon, who literally here in Luke 6 is called a zealot, a fanatic. It's just someone who can't be trusted. He's just off the wall, on the edge of society. And even Judas, who we're told later betrays Jesus. The point I'm trying to make is whoever you are, Jesus is inviting you to be one of his called and his chosen. That you're not exempt, you just need to trust Jesus. And you can join this motley, dubious crew. And I want to encourage you not to give up on that person you've given up on. Not to think they cannot be accepted by Jesus or they won't accept Jesus themselves. Trust me, there is space for everyone. And not everyone has to be motley. Luke, the very writer of this, was a highly qualified, well-educated, aristocratic doctor. And he's even allowed in. So whoever you are, Jesus says, come and be my called and come and be my chosen. Isn't that remarkable?